Question: why and how did this explicitly vulgar and raunchy celebrity roast way back in 2011 predict the future outcome of not only the 2016, 2020, but 2024 American presidential election?
Let's examine some mainstream media coverage of the events of that so-called Wednesday night and identify the hidden signs and symbols, showcasing advanced foreknowledge of these critical future events.
Predictive programming.
It's his grand entrance to the night he was roasted back in 2011. Listen to what comedian Gilbert Gottfried said to Trump's face years ago.
Donald Trump has done so much damage to the New York skyline. Instead of calling him the Donald, they should call him the 20th hijacker.
Please welcome the second worst tragedy ever to hit New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald J. Trump.
Gottfried told me that even the crudest insults bounced off of Trump. Daughter Ivanka couldn't believe it, and wife Melania managed a thin smile as Trump faced one shocking insult after another.
It's all just entertainment, huh?
Here we see Donald Trump sitting in front of a giant sign of his own name, Trump. Within the letters, they placed a particular bill of U.S. currency, a $1,000 bill to be exact, which features an image of the 22nd and 24th U.S. President, Grover Cleveland.
This is significant because Grover Cleveland and Donald Trump are the only two presidents in U.S. history to serve two non-consecutive terms, meaning they both won the election, then ran for re-election and lost, only to come back a third time and regain the White House. But the Hollywood spellcasters created the set design for this stage back in 2011. Trump didn't become president until 2016. The world is a stage.
In the blink of an eye,
Operation Warp Speed.
in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Hidden in plain sight are a plethora of occult signs and symbols, scattered like Easter eggs throughout this entire set. It is not hard to spot this first 88. But this symbolic number permeates every aspect of not only this stage, but Trump's ultimate purpose and destiny. T is the 20th letter in the alphabet. R is the 18th letter in the alphabet. U is the 21st. M is the 13th. And P is the 16th, which all add up to 88. Grover Cleveland first served from 1885 to 1889. This Comedy Central roast happened on a so-called Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. So what's Wednesday in Spanish? Miércoles, right? Which would be Mercury.
Right.
So Mercury is...
Oh, where did he go? Mercury.
Is the god of what? What's he good at?
He was a postman.
He was moving fast.
That's right.
He was moving fast. And Mercury is the closest planet to the sun.
So
and when you're that close, you move fast so you don't fall in.
Exactly.
So Mercury is the fastest moving planet. And the Romans knew this. The Greeks knew this.
Right.
So Miércoles, Mercury. But for us, it's Wednesday. So Wednesday,
right?
Woden's Day.
Nice. Woden's Day.
Yeah. And so he's the closest Norse god as a counterpart to Mercury.
Okay.
So Mercury was a messenger god. Woden had some other features about him.
Yeah.
But it included serving as a traveler back and forth to hell, whatever they called hell.
Wednesday means Woden's Day. Odin is the Norse equivalent to the Roman god Mercury. The planet Mercury has an 88-day orbit around the sun.
In the blink of an eye.
Isn't it funny?
Isn't it funny
How quickly the time flies?
how quickly the time flies? In the blink of an eye.
But there is another number. A number that is equally tied to Donald Trump.
In the blink of an eye.
A number that represents crisis, emergency, chaos, and destruction. The number is 911, 911, or 911.
And of course, the number that represents emergency and crisis is literally embedded in Donald's name.
Isn't it funny?
Isn't it funny?
Please welcome the second worst tragedy ever to hit New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald J. Trump.
Funny how quickly the time flies.
All the days just fade away.
What do you have in mind?
Something you were born to do.
Welcome to Room 9.
Looking good, number 9, looking good.
Where's your dignity?
Fade away.
BuzzFeed dug up an old quote from Donald Trump talking about a large-scale terror attack 19 months before 9/11. In his 2000 book, The America We Deserve, Trump wrote, "I really am convinced we're in danger of the sort of terror attacks that will make the bombing of the 1993 Trade Center look like little kids playing with firecrackers." Trump also mentioned the mastermind of the attack, writing, quote, "One day, we're told that a shadowy figure with no fixed address named Osama bin Laden is public enemy number one, and U.S. jet fighters lay waste to his camp in Afghanistan. He escapes back under some rock, and a few news cycles later, it's on to a new enemy and a new crisis." Trump.
Wait.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Is this really Trump before 9/11? Have you read this?
2000.
In a book he wrote in the year 2000.
Well, it was published in 2000. He could have written it in 1999 for all we know.
Exactly. He might have been a bit more prescient.
So he basically predicted the attacks from Osama bin Laden.
Trump Unauthorized is a 2005 biographical drama recounting Trump's early ventures in real estate. In this scene, we see a young Donald Trump playing with blocks, while his brother plays with a toy airplane. This takes place in Donald Trump's father's office, an office that has a high-rise view of the New York City skyline. During the last moments of this scene, we get a view of what Trump was building. 2 towers that spell out his name, and with the reflection of the New York City skyline, the Twin Tower reference is complete.
But why does the occult veneration of 88 and 9/11 always coincide with twinning mirror image symbology?
Trump made his entrance escorted by twin pageant models.
The twin symbolism here. Of course, this is the most significant symbolism of Freemasonry, the twin pillars.
Here we see twin Masonic pillars that flank the main stage.
Predictive programming.
reminiscent of the twin beams of light at the 9/11 memorial.
Two powerful beams of light cut through the darkness over Manhattan. 88 large spotlights arranged in the shape of the Twin Towers illuminated from the roof just blocks from Ground Zero. It's a rehearsal for the heartfelt display that will shine bright next Wednesday.
These twin beams of light shine up into the night sky. They remind us of those we lost.
Reminiscent of the twin beams of light at the 9/11 memorial, which are made up of 88 individual floodlights. We recently covered Trump erecting twin 88-foot flagpoles at the White House.
Trump unveiling a giant 88-foot flagpole, two of them I think, at the White House.
Which was also done on a so-called Wednesday.
The White House ordered flags to be lowered to half-staff in memory of Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk, a right-wing political activist, died Wednesday after being shot in the neck at Utah Valley University.
Charlie Kirk, a right-wing political activist, died Wednesday after being shot in the neck at Utah Valley University.
And the funeral and memorial for Charlie Kirk is now set. President Trump said that he will be there. He has also ordered flags lowered to half staff starting late Wednesday. George.
But this twinning ritual goes much deeper. You see, in Norse mythology, the chief god Odin is often depicted accompanied by twin wolves and twin ravens. We recently saw twin wolves make the headlines with the so-called resurrection of these dire wolves, which they named Romulus and Remus after the twins who founded Rome.
Now, 7 months old, direwolves Romulus and Remus eating well and getting bigger every day.
And as if that wasn't diabolical enough, Romulus and Remus are just the exoteric name for these wolves. Because they're in the season of their Wednesday invocation, the actual esoteric name for these hellhounds lets you know just who they're summoning.
These are dire wolves, well known from HBO's hit show, Game of Thrones.
There are no direwolves south of the wall. No, there are 5.
Will Mulhall bought the dogs with all of his savings as a lifeguard when he was 18. Just weeks later, the dogs changed his life.
I got a phone call from the breeder to say some TV show wants to use my dogs in it. And I was like, cool, what's the show about? And the breeder was like, I don't know, like swords and shields and stuff.
They're dire wolves. That's Thor as Greywind and Odin as Summer. Furry characters with a huge following in the mega-hit Game of Thrones. People come from around the world to this small village south of Belfast for a pet and a picture. Thor and Odin are no ordinary dogs.
The actual esoteric name for these hellhounds lets you know just who they're summoning.
But what about Odin's twin ravens? How are they being invoked?
Thank you so much for bringing it back here safely and in good condition.
Yes, and of course I also want to say thank you so much for lending me Odin. It was a fitting symbol as well. Precisely that idea that Odin sent Hugin and Munin out into the world to gather information which they could then return and share with Odin. It's very symbolic of the work we do as well, venturing out to gain more knowledge.
And it is significant in meaning but light in weight. It's only 9 grams of silver that we see here in the picture, and we all, almost in unison, synchronously, I still remember it, we shouted, "It's Odin!" So that's almost 600 years before, well, the written sources really appear, really come into play. So it was probably during what we call the later part of the Iron Age.
We were a team of 7 international astronauts. 4 of us were sent up with the American Dragon spacecraft.
Do you become more or less religious after such a trip?
There are examples of astronauts who feel that they've become more religious from being in space.
It is said that Odin Allfather worries about the return of his ravens Munin and Hugin. While the first raven Munin in the shape of Swedish astronaut Marcus Vance's 21-day mission to the ISS, has already returned to Earth. The second Raven, Hugin, is ready to come back as well, and whisper in humankind's ear of the marvels it has seen on its journey with ESA astronaut Andreas Mogensen. The Danish astronaut Andreas was the first non-US astronaut to pilot SpaceX Crew Dragon when he and Crew 7 launched on the 26th of August 2023 from Kennedy Space Center to the International Space Station for his first long-duration mission. After 1 month on board of the station, he was handed command of the ISS. He is the 6th European and the first Dane to take up this mantle, and he is now the longest-serving European commander. As commander, Andreas also got to greet the arrival of the Axiom 3 mission and crew, including ESA's first project astronaut and fellow Scandinavian, Marcus Vance. With the arrival of Marcus, whose mission was called Munin, Odin's 2 Ravens were reunited in space with the first ever meeting of 2 Scandinavians in orbit.
While depictions of Odin's twin wolves and twin ravens often appear as identical twins, they also symbolize duality, representing the light and its shadow twin, darkness.
Isn't it funny how quickly the time flies? How quickly the time flies. In the blink of an eye.
A perfect example of how this 88 shadow twin spellcasting is being broadcast is this new Wendy's ad campaign.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. Normally I'd be against this type of capitalistic corporate synergy. But when the other pigtailed provocateur said I could concoct my own Frosty, I melted. My meal is tribute to the suffering that awaits us all. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
We have here.
Yes, 2 mischievous girls with pigtails are cooking up a meal of misfortune. It's the collab between Wendy's and the Netflix show Wednesday.
There's a Wednesday Wendy's collab pop-up drive-thru today in Norwalk. They will have a special Wednesday meal to promote the new season on Netflix. They said the line was capped at an 8-hour wait, so I drove down a mile and parked so I could walk.
Today we're trying the Wendy's Wednesday meal. It comes out August 6th, but we got an early try with 4 mystery dipping sauces and new Frosty. Let's get to it.
Each meal of misfortune comes with rest and 10-piece nuggets, cursed and crispy fries, the all-new Raven's Blood Frosty, and 2 of 4 mystery dips of dread.
Not only is the Frosty new, but we've got the Spoon of Gloom as well, so let's see how this tastes.
The all-new Raven's Blood Frosty.
The all-new Raven's Blood Frosty.
But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to Elohim. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. Ye cannot drink the cup of Yahuwah and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of Yahuwah's table and of the table of devils.
Charlie Kirk, a right-wing political activist, died Wednesday after being shot in the neck at Utah Valley University.
What you are witnessing is pagan ritual magic that goes back decades. The soothsayers have been pre-programming the inhabitants of this land in order to create the perfect charged spiritual conditions, the perfect storm, to manifest their long-awaited externalization of the hierarchy, their spiritual turning point. For example, the hidden hand behind Wendy's is fully aware that this Wednesday promotional mirrors the horrific Wendy's massacre, which took place 25 years ago on a dreadful Wednesday night. This is intentional. And before that, the masses were being preconditioned to accept the official Charlie Kirk narrative through the cinematic sorcery of the movie Snake Eyes. All of this has conjured a spiritual storm, speaking of which, the online feminist magazine Jezebel publicly casting a spell to hex Charlie Kirk is just more fuel on an already raging fire. While we are on the subject of Jezebel, the mysterious origins of Erica Kirk are casting an icy cold shadow across the internet. Erica Franz Vey Kirk's grandfather, Carl Kenneth Franz Vey, was Grand Chief of the Independent Order of Vikings, knighted by the King of Sweden. This is all a spell to invoke the chief god of the Vikings, Odin. But here's where things start to get even more bizarre.
Wendy's is going all out with its promotions. Posters, a special meal, and decorations. But this particular item is getting a different kind of attention. Customers saw it through these doors of this Carrie Wendy's.
Sorry, family, but we have to stop the presentation here. It's hard because we have the most important segments and the finale still ahead. But this is the point where our presentation begins to take a deep dive and starts to connect some forbidden dots. This is also the section I believe that triggered YouTube to restrict this video. Though we made a considerable effort to comply with all YouTube's guidelines when we tried to post it the first time, it was still deemed not suitable. So this is just an edited or censored version of the first segment.
Shalom family, thank you for watching this edited YouTube version of the first segment from our latest video, The Real Trump Prophecy 2. This is just the first segment of a full-length uncensored presentation that's now available on our Patreon and websites.
Truth. Truth.
If you would like to support our work, please join our Patreon or websites. If you would like to send us a donation through Cash App or PayPal, the links are in the description box below. Or if you would like to send a donation through the mail, our mailing address has changed. It's now Shattered Paradise, P.O. Box 278, Deering, Georgia 30808. We thank each and every one of you for walking with us, encouraging and praying for us. You have made it possible to continue this work. Some of you have been supporters since we started in 2016, when we barely knew how to edit, and we have grown together. Thank you for striving with us. We greatly appreciate it. May the Most High richly bless and keep you.
You got to know the truth, because the truth will set you free.